guys? I hope everyone is doing fine during this pandemic. I will be making more videos during these 4 weeks, so if you stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it, like it, and hit the bell icon button so you'll get all the updates for the upcoming videos. Now, I didn't have time to make the videos earlier on because I was so busy with my work after the first lockdown, and I'm hoping that I will be even more busier after the second lockdown. So I thought, why not just make more videos and help each and everyone out who wants to pass in Luton, and some tricks which will help you out in your normal driving. At this particular point, I do expect that you know how to drive, you know how to deal with the roundabouts and junctions, because when you know about roundabouts and junctions, your normal drive is, I expect that your normal drive is fine, apart from other things, which is observations and timings of the signals and stuff. So yeah, let's just crack on with this video. So as usual, I will be driving out from the test center. Like I always say, try and stop on each and every junction near the town center, near the test center, because they're all closed junctions. And when you approach on the closed junctions, it's best to stop, have a look, and then go. As usual, the traffic from the top has priority because we're crossing their path. So if we do cross their path, we do not have priority. Windsor Street. You have to be very careful on this little mini roundabout because sometimes the traffic turns right and you don't know where they're going. So keep an eye on the right signal. If anybody's giving right signal, they would automatically have priority over you. The point to remember is this traffic light. When you approach near this traffic light, it's very important that you stay in your lane. What I mean by staying in your lane is that if you have a close look in the middle, there's no place to wait in the middle. What I normally suggest is just to go straight up in your lane and wait somewhere in the middle, but in your lane. So try not to go into the middle, because if you will go into the middle, you will end up getting really close to the cars, which will be crossing from the opposite direction, either going either going right or either going straight. So this is a Windsor Street traffic lights, very close to the Forester Arms. It is one of the booby traps which you can fall into, so just be careful, and I will tell you in a moment how it's done. The traffic light has gone green. I'm going to be keeping on going in my lane. As you can see, I'm not going into the middle, making a little bit of L-shaped turn, something like this. That's it. Well done. This is Farley Hill. Now very soon you will be dealing with a Y junction. Dealing with a Y junction can sometimes be very tricky. When you're approaching at a Y junction, there's a couple of things which you need to check. So as we approach towards that Y junction, I will tell you how it's done. So in about good 200 yards, we'll be turning left, following the signs for slip-in. A Y junction, you'll be asked to turn left, and as you see, as soon as I turn over here, I will make sure that I will slow down, have a look on my right, and if it's clear, I'm just going to keep on going. This is it. This is Y junction. Anybody who is coming from the right hand side will have priority to the main road, because you have double white lines, give way lines, on that Y junction, clearly telling you to be aware of any traffic coming from the right hand side. This route will involve a little bit of countryside, some bends. What I normally say is when you approach on a bend, slow down before you approach at the bend. That's how you deal with the bends. Countryside is all about bends, slow vehicles, pedestrians walking on the road, concealed entrances, farmers, lorries. It's all about, it's a blend of everything. But one of the main things which we need to be driving on the country roads are the narrow roads, the narrow bends. And the formula to deal with the bend is quite simple. As you approach at the bend, you slow down. You don't probably even have to use any brakes. So just slow down, see if your car is still under control, and you go back to the gas if you see clear. You're going to make a Rex turning on the right. As you approach past this motorway bridge, which you can use as a reference point, just past the motorway bridge, you will see the road is quite bendy. There's quite a lot of bends coming up on this road. What I do suggest is, even though the speed limit is 60 over here, if you can look at this road, you can hardly do 30, so I would just drop my speed down to about 30. I'm going to be dealing with this narrow road. I know there's a ditch on the left. I know the road is very slippery. There's a lot going on this road, so we'll be approaching about 30 miles an hour just to make sure that if somebody comes in, I am in control. I am going downhill. This is where the things can go either way. This is a sharp bend coming up, so we'll be turning left from there. You want to be really careful on the sharp bend. If you look early on your right, you can go sometimes. Main road, I'm going to hit the speed. There is a roundabout coming up, and you'll be asked to take the first exit from there. Now the first exit will seem that it's actually on, as you can see the sign, it's probably good looking straight, but when they say left from the roundabout, I will ensure that I will give left signal. The Stockwood Park roundabouts which we are dealing with. The tricky thing about these roundabouts are they only have 2 exits. Both of these roundabouts have 2 exits, and to deal with them there's a simple set formula that you need to follow. If you're going right from the roundabout, you want to start from the right hand lane, and then you need to work your way up to the outside lane. That's how simple as it is. Just going to have to be careful because the roundabout is quite big and you have to jump between a couple of lanes. So as you can see, we are about to take the second exit towards Luton, Hitchin or Capability Green. So I'm going to check my right mirror, give my right signal, stay in the right hand side lane. As I approach towards this particular roundabout, my right is all clear. As you can see, I'm going to be starting from the right hand side lane. That's my first exit. I'm going to keep on driving in right hand side. Past the first exit, I'm going to give left signal, come into the middle lane, keep the left signal on, check my left mirror all the time, making sure that I am okay to push myself out towards the outside lane. Because whenever you take the exit, it's a simple rule. You want to be in the outside lane. That's it. Job done. So these roundabouts can go very tricky, but if you follow the simple rule, if you're going right from the roundabout, stay in the right hand side lane and then work your way up to the outside lane. Speed limit is coming up to 50, and we need to rejoin towards this dual carriageway. I need to make sure that I pace up, keep the pace up to the pace with the pace of the dual carriageway traffic. Right mirror, right signal, merge, and drive on at 50 mile an hour. After the traffic light, the speed limit will be dropping down to 30 mile an hour. Now the point to remember over here is your sat nav. If you will be driving on a sat-nav, it will be showing you 40 mile an hour. Do not get confused by that. Follow the speed limit which is on the road. As you can see, just behind 30 there's a 40 sign, so you don't want to get distracted with that 40 sign. There's another point to remember. On your left hand side, there's a bus lane. This bus lane can go very confusing sometimes in your test. When you are driving in this lane, you will see this bus lane which has got quite solid line when you're driving over here, you'll see the bus lanes on your left. You don't want to be in that lane, because if you do, you will not pass the test. You need to wait for the bus lane to finish, because what's going to happen after the bus lane is finished, you need to make sure you check your left mirror, you give left signal, and you come into the left lane. Because if you don't, you will be marked as a serious fault in your test for driving into the overtaking lane for too long. To be very honest, the examiner do not wait too long. They give you a chance to change the lane within a few seconds, and if you don't, it could result as a not pass. So be careful with this bus lane when it finishes up. You want to be changing the lane to the next. We are going to take the first exit. It's quite a sharp exit, so we need to be careful when we take the first exit. It's quite a sharp turn. Going downhill, you want to be really careful, watch out your speed, you want to make sure that your speed is under control all through this time. These are the traps, guys. These are the things which they will be checking you on, because when you're going downhill, your car is automatically picking up the speed, and what you want to make sure is you do not get into this trap and you do not speed up. We'll be going straight from the next roundabout. Just simple, pick the middle lane, and as soon as you enter this roundabout, you want to be pushing out to the outside lane. Now the outside lane is quite sharp. Back to the Kimpton Road. The rest of the test route is still the same. You will be dealing with Manor Road, you will be going towards Test Centre, and this is it, guys. So if you haven't liked the video, like it, subscribe the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe.